Why aren't they boosting an offer?
Because they think the offer is on the table is fair, and it's already offering a significant premium compared to where the stock would trade if the deal falls apart. And Silver Lake is happy to walk away from the deal with expenses for the deal work reimbursed. And Michael Dell thinks that he can keep controlling the company in the long term.
Which dynamic right now is the most crucial for Mr. Dell? Is it his ownership? Is it his amount of cash? Is it using shareholder cash? Is it keeping Silver Lake on board? What is the most important thing this Friday for Michael Dell?
Well, his major concern, based on my sources, is the future of the company, but also, I mean, his interest, right? Mm-hmm. He thinks that he can keep control of the company in the long term, even if he loses the bid to take it private, because there's no other takeover offer on the table, and ICON proposal is only doable if ICON wins control of the board in a proxy fight. The shareholders of Dell are voting on July 18 whether they want this deal or not. They can only vote on Dell proposal if, ICON proposal if ICON wins control of the board and if they go ahead with the dividend recap.
So does this change the timeline in terms of how quickly we can see this resolved?
Well, not really. So now what we're expecting is the ISS, the advisory firm, is supposed to give an opinion and advice to shareholders on how to vote on July 18. They're inclined, my sources say, to vote against it. If that's the case, the LBO will be voted down. And then, you know, it remains to be seen what happens afterwards. Right. The expectation is that the stock will tank, and then you have to go to the proxy fight.
That's the key point here. The stock will tank, and I don't know if that's from 13 to 12 or 13 to 11. Cristina Alesci with us, our mergers and acquisitions reporter. Cristina, how worn out is Silver Lake and Glenn Hutchins? They've been doing this. I was in Davos in January, and Glenn was going, Tom, I can't talk about it. Tom, I can't talk about it. Yeah. Tom, I mean, this is getting old for Mr. Hutchins.
Yeah, it certainly is getting old, Tom. And I got to say, the timing on this, the fact that it's been so drawn out, has definitely played against the special committee and Michael Dell and Silver Lake. They were hoping to get this wrapped up pretty soon. And from sources close to this situation, especially those that are familiar with the way Carl Icahn is thinking about this, he is very serious about his proposal, and he'd like to see the company potentially be under his own control and in some way his ownership. So they want to, the delay has worked very much to the benefit of Carl Icahn, and we could see that the vote goes against Michael Dell and Silver Lake at the end of the day. Well,
it's a dynamic story. Cristina Alesci, thank you so much. Serena, Saitto, greatly appreciated. Look for that story out on Bloomberg.com, just coming out, Saitto, on the future of Dell Computer.
And Dell shares are falling in the meantime right now, off by almost 3% to below $13 a share, $12.93.